The first year of Get Smart, they had a dog. Well, the dog couldn't be too much in opposition because you always need them. You know, when they did the Lucy show, you learn about the menace. What is you need the menace so you could overcome the menace. So a dog wasn't much of a menace because they'll lick you to death and all that. But they needed someone to oppose Agent 86. So Germans are always fair game as far as doing that accent. So when Leonard Stern said, he said, come into call me. He said, come into the office. He said, can you do a German? I said, does the Pope wear funny dresses? Of course I can. So I did it, and it was great fun for me. But I was just very brave with that attitude, and I have to laugh when I think about it. Our biggest problem with Don and Barbara and myself was not cracking up because it was so outrageous. The time when I had all of the control agents all lined up, I had them in prison. Prisoners of Camp Kichikuminuniwawa, you have been whipped, beaten, starved, maimed, and tortured, and now the picnic is over. So that was great fun for me, and it worked out. It was acceptable, which I said, God, I hope this is going to be acceptable. And in the submarine, I had captured Don and Barbara again in the submarine, and we were chasing the American Sixth Fleet, and we wanted to get into position to send a torpedo and blow up the ships, plural. And they were dropping depth bombs, and my men were getting very nervous. I said, you will not panic until I give the order to panic. And a depth bomb came very close and shook up the whole thing. Prepare to panic. So a lot of this came out of the moment. And, to change a line, you had to, of course, pass it by the writers and the producer. But some of the things worked out fine that happened on the set. And I have a picture. There was an on-set photographer, just like there was on the Jack Benny show, when Don and Barbara and myself, somebody must have said something funny, and the three of us were just cracked up. So that was indicative of the joy that we had doing that show, and the joy, the respect, and the fun. It wasn't as bad as when Don Rickles did the show, because he and Don Adams were great friends from the stand-up times, and they would fart around like it was nobody's business. And first we lost Don Adams, and now we lost Don Rickles. So there's really nobody to replace these icons. And it's sad in a way, but in a way that's history. That's the way it goes.